Welcome back to the Level 7 Omega Protocol playthrough. This is Mission 1, and we're currently looking at the board. Last time, the Overseer dropped down some of the facility and damaged our commandos, and now it is time for the commandos to, I guess, get revenge, or at least press on, maybe try and get the information out of the office. So let's take a look at their cards this time and see the initiative order and which stance they're choosing. So here we are back with the commando sheets. Now they each have 1 damage token on them, and they each have 5 health. So if they take a 5th one, they will become downed, and there's special rules for that. That may not happen in this playthrough, but we'll see. Anyway, for initiative order this time, I'm going to have the rifleman go first. I'm going to have the team leader go second. I'm going to have the reconnaissance specialist go third. And as far as stances go, everyone's going to use the stance that lets them move the farthest. I think we got to get our commandos moving as quickly as possible here, and we only have 1 alien on the board to worry about at the moment. So we're using reckless advance. For reconnaissance specialist, it means after you perform an attack action, move 1 space. And double time for the rifleman, you can make 1 move this turn without increasing your adrenaline. And reckless advance for the team leader, your melee attacks cost 1 adrenaline instead of the normal amount, which is 2, and remove 1 black die from your ranged attack. So they're all hustling as fast as they can. Now that drops their adrenaline expenditure a little bit. The reconnaissance specialist can only spend 5 adrenaline, rifleman 4, and team leader 4. So let's go back to the board now and see what's going to happen, starting with the rifleman. So the first thing we do at the start of the round is we move the timer track up 1. So we're going from 2 to 3. The next thing we do in order is we take all the adrenaline that the commandos had spent last term, and that totals up 8, and we hand that over to the Overseer. And now the Overseer has a total of 13 adrenaline to spend. And now we go in initiative order, and we start moving the commandos. So the first one up is the rifleman, who I've assigned as the first player to take his turn. And turns, now I realize, are when a figure is activated, it is their turn. So going back to the ambiguous question I had last round when I played the game was, could he use his seeker ability after he's been spawned? And the answer then is yes, because once he's activated, which is the next phase, it is now his turn. So it's not his turn when he's being spawned. It's just the rules say he has been considered to have moved so that the commando units could use their special abilities against him. So anyway, that hopefully clarifies what a turn is in this game, and what a round is. A round is the entire commando Overseer phase. But anyway, back to our commandos. I am going to have him move, so we will take 1 adrenaline for the rifleman to move, put that on his card, and he's going to go 1 diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, because he's hustling double time. So, oh, wait a second. The second he moves in here, what's happening with our warrior clone? Well, let's have a look at the dashboard. So our sneaky little Overseer player, who has this nice pool of adrenaline now, has decided to use surprise attack, and it's a cost of 4 adrenaline. So we'll put that in here for the Overseer player. And what it says is an interrupt, and it says make an attack with an enemy against an acting commando. So what we're going to do is we're going to have that warrior clone is going to shoot at the rifleman, who is now the acting commando. So let's have a look back at the player board and see if that warrior clone can actually hit him with his coil gun. So we're back on the board. Our little warrior clone is shooting at the rifleman, who has stepped up here. He gets 3 black dice to use with his coil gun. Let's see if he can hit him. Oh, wow. 2, 4. So the warrior clone was just biding his time by the vent. Nails our poor rifleman, who was moving up double time to get into position, and the rifleman takes another wound. He's now at 2 wounds of 5. However, he just shrugs that off. It's time for him to do something else. He has 4 adrenaline. So he is going to actually have his sentry drone move now. The sentry drone can move 4 spaces. So we can come back to the rifleman. He can continue spending adrenaline. It's still his turn, and the sentry drone is part of his kit. So he's going to have the sentry drone move now, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to go 1 diagonal, 4. And we're going to have the sentry drone shoot at the warrior clone. So the sentry drone has 2 red dice and 3 black dice. So So let's see if the sentry drone can remove that warrior clone from the board. Very easily. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Wow, the sentry drone just shreds our poor warrior clone and he disappears. Now that's all the sentry drone can do. It has moved, it has attacked. It only gets 2 actions in its turn. However, the rifleman can still continue acting, and he is right beside now an investigate marker. So he will spend 1 adrenaline, put it on his card, to remove this investigate marker, and he gets an investigate card. We'll have a look and see what he gets. He also gets tracer ammo. I think we looked at that last time, and it means discard this card to re-roll one of your basic ranged attacks. Now he's got a really good gun for that, so he can re-roll it. He's going to roll 4 red dice when he shoots at clones. And he's going to spend 1 more adrenaline, and he's going to move once more. Again, we're trying to get moving here, so that's a total of 3 adrenaline he spent of 4. And he's going to move 4 more spaces. So I'm going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he's going to move 3 here. No, wait a second. I'm messing this up. I only want him to move retro all of this. He actually has a free move action. He doesn't have to spend any adrenaline. I'm going to take the 1 adrenaline back. He's going to use his free move action to go 1, 2, and there's a reason for that. It's going to leave him right there. He has 2 adrenaline left, and that is going to be the end of the rifleman's turn. A turn. Now, the next person up is the team leader. He's way back here. I am also going to spend 1 adrenaline for him. He is going to, I'll put that on his card. He's going to move. He can move 4 as well using reckless advance. So he's just going to go straight ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1 expenditure of adrenaline. And I'm going to have him move 1 more time. So he will spend 1 more adrenaline for a total of 2. And he's going to move 1, 2, 3. Now he's not moved diagonally yet his turn. He has now. But I'm going to leave him there, and I'm going to end off his turn right there. He's only spent 2 of his 4 adrenaline, same as a rifleman. Now we're on to the reconnaissance specialist, who is 3rd up in turn order. And we've got a little special surprise for him, and we'll show you that in a second. So he's going to first off spend 1 adrenaline to do a move action, and he can move 4. So I'm going to go diagonally first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, friendly figures can just easily move through each other. There's no penalties there. They cannot stop in the same space, obviously, because they can't peacefully coexist in one space together. But they can freely move through each other. They can't freely move through enemy spaces. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to spend 2 adrenaline to activate the trip mine. And the trip mine has lots of text on it. It basically means you place the trip mine marker, which is this, in a space adjacent to you, and it lasts for an entire round, which is good. So it sits there and blows up anything that moves into its space. And it has an explosive radius of 1. So we're going to take 2 adrenaline, which is right here. We're going to place that on the reconnaissance specialist card. He's now up to 3 adrenaline. We're going to take the trip mine marker, and he's going to put it strategically right here. So anything that tries to spawn on this vent or around it in a one space away is going to have to take 2 red dice of damage. And that will likely kill any clones because there's only 1 blank side on each red die. So he's going to move again. 1 more adrenaline. Up to 4. Now he cannot move diagonally anymore, but he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He is now in the office space with the objective. So he is now going to spend 1 more adrenaline, which is part of this mission's particular rules, to download the important data that is in that office. I'm just going to put that on his card to designate that he has now that important data. Now I'm sure it's technically downloaded. Everyone has it under PDAs or whatever. And that is going to end the commando's turn. I think they did pretty good. You can see his trip mine is in space. None of the commandos are in range of its explosions. So that's kind of how I wanted to set it up. And now we're going to be going to the Overseer's turn. And the Overseer is probably not going to be too happy about that development, but we shall see. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing to my channel if you have done so. And continue to leave comments if I've made mistakes, because I enjoy that as well and I can fix things. Anyway, join me next time for the Overseer's turn, where he can see if he can do anything against these, wow, these powerful commandos. Anyway, thanks for watching and join me next time.